This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by CFU, the power of service.
This past week, the Cedar Falls Tiger football team competed in the Class 4A football playoffs. They were led once again by one of the winningest coaches in Iowa high school football history, Panther alum Pat Mitchell. Mitchell is a member of the UNI Hall of Fame, along with a longtime UNI coach, Don Erusha. We sat down with these legendary football coaches to learn more about their connection to Panther athletics.
I think when you talk about Don Erusha, you talk about what this institution really stands for. The teacher preparation and the thorough background, the planning, the discipline, the repetition and presenting ideas. After he presents the ideas, he'll evaluate, change a little bit, and repeat.
Don Erusha joined the coaching and teaching staff at the State College of Iowa in 1963 and has spent half a century teaching courses and coaching football for the UNI Panthers. Even today, you'll see the ex-Marine roaming the sidelines trying to get the most out of the student athletes.
As far as football knowledge and relating with the kids, I mean, it's like it's rolled back 40 years. He was hard, he was fair, he was firm, but you knew that he cared about you. And I think you can pretty much coach an offensive lineman however you want to, as long as they know at the end of the day that you genuinely care about them. And that's what he was. But he's done a lot for a lot of young men. I hope he'll keep coming around till he's 100.
Erusha has deep ties to many football programs, but the University of Northern Iowa will always hold a special place in his heart.
I didn't graduate from UNI. that was a later injection, but I spent most of my life here, and it's a great place, and I really feel humble that I had an opportunity to be here, and I enjoyed the majority of the time we had. Well, we had some tough times, but the majority of the times were pretty good, and great people. Great kids, great students, great football players, so that made it a great place to be.
Pat Mitchell was a three-time starter for the Panthers and all-conference tight end and defensive end in 1962. He took his education degree and built one of the best high school football programs in the Midwest at Cedar Falls High School. He currently ranks 5th all-time in Iowa high school football history for victories.
One of the first plays will be right 252 pass.
Coach, nervous?
No.
No. He treats kids unbelievable. I think that's why they're so successful. He has good coaches, but he's just such a good person. And he's talked football for so many years. Cedar Falls, I look at them and I remember I grew up in Des Moines. I mean, they've been good for years. And I think a lot of it is because of him. And I'm glad my kids got a chance to play for him. He's just a good person, he's a good coach, and he cares about the kids. And I think, once again, I think him and Coach Erusha have similar personalities. Coach Erusha is a little more fired up than Coach Mitchell. Mitchell's pretty laid back, but they're very similar as far as how they treat kids.
Both Hall of Fame coaches continue to devote their life to education, coaching, and molding the leaders of tomorrow. They're humbled by their accomplishments and are tremendous ambassadors for the University of Northern Iowa.
I don't know how to describe it. I think the fact that those former players paid for that locker room, and I think it was probably their idea, and it's a great honor, and it makes me feel humble that those people would think that way.
Two class acts and incredible football coaches, Pat Mitchell and Don Erusha, thank you for all you've done for football here in the Cedar Valley. Well, right after the break, we'll feature the wide receivers for the Panthers. This is Panther Sports Talk.